What'd your parents say?
So that was not the greatest thing. So that's when it became really serious. So I went, hey, my mom was supportive. She was open-minded. It was my dad, I think, at that time that was very kind of, it would be the equivalent, if you're telling your Indian immigrant parents that you're going to become a filmmaker, that's the equivalent of you telling your parents you're going to be a goth rock and roll star, and that's what I'm doing, So their reaction, whatever you imagine that reaction, that's kind of internally what's happening in the Indian household. You're definitely on the road to damnation, and you've just thrown away everything that they've worked for, right? And that makes sense in a practical way, because they did this whole hard road, really practically done, and then their son's going into a field that has no guarantees. There's no one that's ever done this. I'm from the East Coast. I'm Indian. We're immigrants. There is no one like this doing anything like this. There's just no road for this. So I told him, he was watching the Flyers game. I remember it very specifically. My dad loves the Flyers, this hockey. And he has his arm up on the sofa. And I was like, Dad, so I got into NYU Film School. I did get a scholarship, and I'm going. And he didn't even look. He would remember this moment. Maybe he shut it out, but he didn't even look at me. And he just kind of nodded and kept watching the game. The immigrant parents, the worst thing that can happen is just disappointment.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.